because we've talked about Casemiro. Whether Casemiro should have went out to challenge Haaland or not, I don't know if that's something they talked about, potentially from a long ball from a kickoff. But Eriksen pushed on. I was watching it again there, and he pushed on to Rodri.
Right.
That's, and I'm not blaming Christian Eriksen. He's an attacking midfielder per se, rather than a defensive. But that's somebody that's thinking more about the 10, 15 yards in front of him than the 10, 15 yards behind him. And because he pushes on, there is a 15-yard circle around Gündogan with nobody there.
Right.
And so early in the game, I don't mind I don't care who picks the ball up in the halfway line. Right? If that ball goes to Haaland and it's nodded back the way, I don't care about them picking it up. But I do care about somebody who's sitting right behind my front line. And I think that was just a bit of naivety or lack of defensive clout from Casemiro, probably, Fred, but certainly Christian Eriksen there. Just got caught making the wrong decision, and boy, they got punished for it.
I don't think United are expecting that long ball at all. Maybe just kind of given how we know City play in general. And then once it does come, the initial focus, as always is when you play against Manchester City, is Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne. And everybody kind of gets drawn. Because the thing is, Gündogan just walks down the middle of the park. He does nothing special. He takes the kick off and just walks down the park, and nobody gets anywhere close. Nobody runs off of him. Nobody runs towards him. And he's just allowed to pick the ball up or to produce that kind of a volley. But the other question, I think one of the special aspects of Ilkay Gündogan as a footballer is whenever players are maybe having just a little bit of an off day, he's always the one who steps up.
Right.
I thought today Erling Haaland was half a yard short in a couple of occasions. There were times where he was sliding at the far post and just missed, or he had an opportunity and it just come off his shin. Whenever that, as much as we talk about Erling Haaland coming up to this game, and then he has that game where he's half a yard short, as much as we talk about Kevin De Bruyne in the build-up to this game, and yes, he had huge impacts, but then started to wane a little bit, it's always Gündogan is the player who steps up. We'll talk about everybody else, but when somebody's needed, he's the man who answers that call. And I think that's a quality that I don't know how you explain, how you coach, but you just keep hold of it for as long as you can.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.